What is up, folks? This is Tyler, or We Should Play here, and today I'm going to be talking about what could be the funnest free Xbox Live Arcade game on the market, and that is Ascend Hand of Kul. And this game is, I'm not going to say cool, I'm just going to say it's awesome! And I'm going to be telling you why it's awesome, just explaining, just some basic things, story, stuff like that. But for the most part, I'll be leaving many things open, or not saying many things, just so that you guys can experience the awesomeness of this game. First off, it's pretty addicting, and I've been playing this for the past 4 or 5 days. My disk drive is still broken, by the way. I was supposed to get it earlier in the week, but I could not, because apparently I didn't get 2-day shipping. Stupid ass. Alright. But anyways, this game has been, keeping me occupied. And let's just get right into it. This is an RPG. Some of you might think it's an MMORPG, but there's not too much human interaction. As you can see that red guy in the background, look at me! That is a person that is currently playing, but you can't really interact with people. I mean, it's very limited on interaction. You can give people blessings, and that's about it. By blessings, I mean XP boosts you can find in chests, you can actually buy, and you can, basically affect them from a distance with curses and blessings. Curse you! Bless you. But for the most part, it's focused around the AI, and the AI in this game are great. Definitely challenging at times. Pretty intense, I must say. And especially, later on I'll explain some more about the game, of course, but there are chests, and there's a lot of cool stuff in the chests. And it's in these chests where you'll find, your weapons. I found this weapon I'm currently using out of a chest. This is a bit old. I'm further in the game now than from when I recorded this gameplay. Because I just play this game way too much. I'm gonna admit it. It's just too fun. Too fun. But basically, you start out in this place called the Sanctum. And you have to choose between 3 different realms. The Dark Realm, the Light Realm, and the Void Realm. And each realm is specific to a certain playstyle. Dark is which I started with, was focused on melee damage, and just melee and damage and stuff like that. Light is more focused on magic and speed, and Void, I believe, is focused on more magic and cooldown, or something like that. Void and Light are focused on magic, where Dark is basically melee. I started with Dark because I wanted to practice melee. Because before coming into this, I wasn't really... I'm going to be honest, I don't really play RPGs that much. Fallout, I think the one I tried was Fallout 3, and it was kind of confusing for me. I guess I'm not smart enough, as some of the RPG veterans might say, to play such a awesome game like Fallout 3, but whatever. It's just not my cup of tea normally, but I went and jumped into this. It's very simple. There's a lot of hack and slash. The controls are very simple. Basically, X and Y combos. X, of course, is your basic attack I'm doing right now, and that Y is the strong attack. And your combos are really simple. X, Y, X, X, Y, X, 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 Y, and so on. The game does focus on acquiring better weapons the more you rank up. I already explained the chest. You can get souls, which is the in-game currency. Souls. You kill people, get souls. If you do kill someone and there's a little A that shows up, you can perform an execution on them. I think I already did perform an execution. Let's see, do I perform right here? No. But I do get XP. There's XP, and there are souls. You can also, in that free game sense, I think we've all been accustomed to, if it's a free game, you automatically assume that you can purchase souls on the marketplace. which for the most part, yes, you can buy souls using Microsoft points. You don't really need to, though. If you just keep grinding and going into the same dungeons, or different dungeons over and over again, you can keep getting souls. Also, a really fun, really cool part, every day, like at the very start, like midnight, the dungeons and all the chests and everything resets. So that is pretty sweet. I mean, it keeps the game fresh. I mean, you can go back into the same dungeons over and over again if you want more XP, if you want to rank up. Another, ranking up is also important because, like in the store, I'll open up my inventory later on in the video, but once you go into the store, the weapons start, of course, becoming higher in level. That red thing up there, the 98, that is physical damage. And you can only get physical damage through runes and swords. Shield power, you can get through helms, armor, like chest armor, boots, and gauntlets. Armor, of course, I think in order of importance, armor, chest armor is the most important, followed by either helmet or boots, followed by gauntlets. So if you comes down to oh yes, the your armor and your swords and everything do, like, they aren't invincible. They will wear away over time, and you will have to repair them. So you gotta pick how you spend your souls wisely. The boosts in this game are pretty good. There's attack speed, there's health, double XP. So you could, if you really want to, you can buy yourself double XP for 15,000 souls. I'm doing that. I wasn't doing that in this video, but I was doing that right now so I can rank up. And see there, I got a stronger weapon out of the chest. And when you start off, you're definitely going to want to get stuff out of chests. If it says it's higher, like a plus 11, definitely grab it. And get some runes and put them on. Oh look, see there's my execution. Bam! Bam! Boom! Yes. The quests in this game too are also fun. It does lead up to an interesting story. In the very beginning quest is basically a very in-depth tutorial on how to play the game. It doesn't just go into one aspect, it goes into almost every aspect of the game in the tutorial. And it's a pretty long quest, so you'll have some fun with that. Let me get into the story anyway. The very beginning cutscene should explain most things. Oh, there's another awesome item I got. But the beginning cutscene should explain most of what you need to know. But in short, there's this Titan, and you need to take him down. You need to go through these things called Apex Gods, which throughout the campaign, you'll go through, collect these things called Apex Souls found in dungeons, and you will fight the 4 Apex Gods. After this, you will finally encounter the Titan of God. It's a nice campaign. It's pretty long and spread out. But what keeps things fresh in the game is the interaction. Basically, so as you saw, there was other people in my world, but I can't really interact with them unless I bless them or curse them. But these same people can go into these things called shrines. And the tutorial shows you how to take over a shrine. But however, once you take over a shrine, these can be taken over by other players. Now, here's where the cool part is. You can go, let's say you're all the way on the other side of the map. It'll say, hey, someone's invading your shrine, and it'll tell you to teleport. Then once you teleport there, you can actually fight the player, which is pretty awesome. When it comes to fighting the player, sometimes if the person is online, you can duel it out. But if not, then it'll be the AI. And the AI in this game, I already said, are great. They are even more incredible when you are facing, like, someone that represents your AI, which is called an Ascended Chaos, or Chaos. This is my character right now, he's called a Chaos. You can name him whatever you want. But every time you ascend, which is important if you want to increase your level cap. See, look at these guys are sitting next to each other, they're not hitting each other. But if you want to rank up, if you want to, like, prestige, if you will, that is ascending. Ascending, you can do every 5 levels, or increases your level cap by 5 each time. and it'll be available every so often. See, look at that. See, I don't want to do that right now, because if I were to leave and warp to his invasion, it would spawn me all the way back on top of the dungeon. Since I'm already on floor 2, I don't want to have to walk all the way down, which I have done before, all the way down to where I was previously at. It's a pain in the butt, personally, but yeah. Where was I? Oh yes, ascending. Ascending, basically rank up. It's pretty cool. It's like the Prestige in Call of Duty, but better, in my opinion. You go into this thing called, like, the Legacy or whatever, and you go into this like, arena, if you will. And in this arena, there are these pillars, Legacy pillars. You can buy them. If you saved up your souls, you can basically go buy a pillar. Your first pillar is free, and you put your desired item on that pillar, say, like your favorite weapon, or a really good piece of armor. From there on out, you can go and buy pillars. They increase in price, but you can go to say, like, you buy 3 pillars. You put down, you have 4 pillars total: weapon, armor, gauntlet, and boots. Actually, weapon, armor, helmet, boots. Gauntlets, I don't know if you really care about as much. But you can basically, if you have enough souls, carry over all of your items from your previous life into your next one, in whatever realm you choose. And for the most part, I'm just choosing realms just due to cash or soul rewards. Most of the time, when you switch or go into realms, they will give you rewards like 7,500 souls or 5,000 souls, or if you go into dark, it'll usually be like a reward for like 2 curses. Another execution. I mean, ascending is important if you want to rank up, get better stuff. Also, when you ascend and rank up, you will get new powers. First off, when you start, you only get the fireball. That's the only thing you start out with, which is what I'm usually using. The other things you see down the bottom right corner, the impale you unlock early on. It's like spikes that come out of the ground. The blue thing, which I unlocked during Void. And if you start off with Void, then you're or Crystal Storm. See, I got that when I was in Void. That's why it's blue. See, if you get like if you start out with Fireball and you go to Light for the first time, it'll be yellow colored. You get what I'm saying? But Crystal Storm you get kind of midway through, but it does take some time to get. But it is pretty cool. Any enemies in the immediate area will be health be drained. You can execute them. And the yellow thing is like a shock. It goes out, teleports, and shocks everyone in the immediate area. It's pretty awesome. What else? What else? I don't want to say too much. So everything I've said so far I like all the stuff, sending chests, all that I like. There are some things I don't like about the game. This game isn't perfect, I'll say right off the bat. I'll tell you some things I don't like. First off, this game is beta. The problem with beta is that this game disconnects for me a lot. It'll usually like when I first start, it'll be like, "Oh, this game disconnected." Returning back to the menu. I don't get why. Why does this game keep disconnecting? And it could be my Xbox, because my Xbox is starting to freeze up as well. It's a big pain in the royal ass, but actually my Xbox does freeze in the middle of I was going for this gameplay, and then it just froze, and so I had to restart it. So you'll notice once my Xbox freezes and I have to restart. But yeah. But it disconnects, and sometimes if there's a lot of enemies on screen, it'll seem like you're going in slow motion. Not to be confused with, there's actually there are wolves enemies, and there's one wolf, like the white wolf powers to make you go slower. That it's different than that. You'll tell when it goes slower. What else do I not like? Some of the attacks that the enemies have are kind of a pain in the butt to start. One of the things that's difficult is when you first ascend and you don't save your items. If you're just like, oh, for some reason you want to buy something else, or oh, I want to get like blessings or curses or whatever you want, like boosts or something like that. For whatever reason you don't save your items. It is a pain in the royal ass to try and work your way back up sometimes. It just is. It's the truth. Like if you try and like trying to hand your Dominion sites or your what's it called? Your shrines, then it's just a pain in the butt because all the enemies are higher level than you, and it's just annoying. What else? As you noticed, some of the bigger enemies, the ogre brute here, what they'll do is they'll have their unblockable attacks, and there is unblockable attacks in this, which is sort of annoying. But when you're playing against PvP or against your so-called ascended characters, it is sort of helpful. The Y move basically goes through anything. Like you could block or whatever, but it'll still go through. The one thing I don't like about the ogre brutes and the larger characters is the grab. The grab is almost undodgeable unless you get behind him, and you cannot block. And in higher levels, like I don't know if he grabs me here. Yep, look at that. He grabbed me. I was not in the way of that. Just throws me down. The higher up you get, like the ogre will just smash you on his head and drain all your health away. Sometimes, like if you're just starting out as well, you'll have to wait for like your health to regen. I think I do. A lot of times I do run circles around him. Like this is my style. If my health's low, I don't want to die, which is the next bad thing. If you die, all their health goes back. It's not like in Borderlands, where if you die, you can just go back and keep picking slowly away. No. Their health regenerates if you die. I don't get it, but whatever. I mean, this is a beta. They could fix some things. Sometimes, if you're facing these bosses and you take damage, also and if you have really cheap armor or whatever, it just goes to shit instantly. If he performs a grab on you or whatever, just dead. Hey, armor's gone, gauntlet's gone. What? That was fast. I just recharged it. That's because you were attacked by the ogre and you just smashed your armor away. But that's really all, just minor things I don't like about the game. For the most part, this game is awesome. I hope that it stays as free on the Xbox Live Arcade. I don't know where exactly these people are going with this, but hopefully they do go somewhere. See, there's the Apex Skull right there, I believe. Yes. Find the Apex Skull. Defeat the Apex Master. But yeah, I don't know if I did a good job explaining. I was all over the place. I just wanted to say some things about the game, but I hope you guys got a general understanding. Thank you for watching. My name is Tyler. I am out. Peace.